Greetings retro gamers, and welcome back to my retro game shelf. It's been a couple of months since I've put out any content on this channel. I'm hoping this video will more than make up for that. I was going to come back with sort of short videos explaining epic games that you need to play before you die, but instead I've decided to do something that seems to be quite popular and play a game that I absolutely hate. Well, more of review, bash the shit out of a game I hate. A game that made a portion of my childhood quite miserable. So I'm going to do that. And what game is it that I'm going to play? This piece of shit. Dragon's Revenge by Tengen. Now, before I get into this, I'll give you a bit of a backstory on Dragon's Revenge and how this piece of ass came to be. Dragon's Revenge. Straight away you're thinking, holy sweet Jesus fuck, kill me now. But why? Why exactly is this game so bad? What is wrong with Dragon's Revenge? Well, we're going to find out in a bit. But first of all, like I said, I'm going to give you a bit of a backstory on how this monstrosity came to be. Okay, so in 1988, a Japanese company called Naxat Soft developed a pinball game for the PC Engine TurboGrafx console titled Alien Crush. The game is unique for being a very surreal and very dark game, and it became quite successful. This led to Naxat going on to create Devil's Crush for the PC Engine TurboGrafx console. Devil's Crush had a more demonic theme as opposed to the alien theme of the previous game. It had skulls, its skeletons, demons, all making appearances in this game, and it was quite a bit more successful than Alien Crush. In 1991, Japanese publisher Technosoft ported Devil's Crush to the Mega Drive and renamed it to Devil Crash MD. Makes sense, I suppose, but why Crash? What was wrong with Crush? Well, whatever. I mean, it does make sense. The port of this game featured improved visuals, reworked bonus levels, and remastered soundtrack that sounds amazing. I mean, listening to the soundtrack alone is recommended for this game. It is absolutely epic. It is, in my personal opinion, it is one of the greatest soundtracks in video gaming history. The soundtrack for Devil Crash MD. Later on in 1991, Tengen, however you want to pronounce it, which was a publishing division of Atari, acquired the rights to release a game in Europe and America. Tengen censored out the pentagrams in the game because they were deemed too demonic for Western audiences. But other than that, the game is faithful to the Japanese version, but they renamed it from Devil Crash MD to Dragon's Fury. I don't know why, but I suppose it's an okay title. I'm not sure why they didn't call it Devil's Fury. I suppose having devil in the title was a bit too much to ask because parents may think that their kiddies are possessed. Oh no, the devil's possessed my children in cartridge form. But dragons are fine. So in my opinion, Devil Crash MD, aka Dragon's Fury, aka Devil's Rush, is the greatest pinball game ever created by humankind, combining a unique demonic graphic style with an incredible soundtrack and some tight gameplay for what is an overall thrilling experience. Now, as a kid, after playing Dragon's Fury, I was so excited when I found out that a sequel was being made, titled Dragon's Revenge. Like any good money-making shit machine, the wheels kept needing to be greased, and so in 1993, Tengen decided they would make their own sequel to the popular Dragon's Fury, and they named it Dragon's Revenge. Dragon's Revenge had nothing to do with Naxat, Technosoft, the PC Engine, or the Crush series of pinball games whatsoever. It was created entirely by Tengen to cash in on the popularity of Dragon's Fury. Now, you may be noticing some similarities here in the artwork. Some similarities. let's go over those, shall we? Okay, so let's start off by taking a look at the boxes that the games came in, because before the time of the internet, all you could go by was magazine articles and cover art on games. Look at this. Look at these games. The cover art is exactly the freaking same. Even down to the ball that they've used. Look at it. I mean, sure, they flipped the dragon around and made it a bit bigger and fucked about with the colour a bit. But look at it. I mean, they've also turned the woman's eyes upside down, but other than that, the artwork is exactly the freaking same. Did the artist who drew the cover art for Dragon's Fury die before they decided to make Dragon's Revenge or something? What is the excuse for this? I mean, take a look at the cover of Devil Crash MD. I mean, it's a bit basic, and this sure as hell wouldn't have sold the game to me as a child, but it's not the point. What is the excuse for reusing the exact same artwork? Didn't they think this would confuse consumers? Jesus! This is insane! Okay, so that's enough of this lazy crap. Let's pop this sucker into the Mega Drive and see what all the fuss is about. Okay, so first of all, we're greeted by this kind of impressive and detailed looking chick who says, I live! I live? Okay. Who are you? And why do I need to know that you live? You can't be the same woman from Dragon's Fury, surely. You two look nothing alike. Anyway, she turns into a dragon, which looks like arse, shoots fire at the screen, and this ugly ass title screen appears. What the hell is with this music? I mean, just listen to this crap. Listen. Compare this to Dragon's Fury. What the hell happened here? It's games like this that are the reason the Mega Drive was notorious for having bad sound quality. It's not the case. Listen to Dragon's Fury, damn it! Okay, so from here we can either start a 1-player or 2-player game or head into the options menu. Let's do that first and check out the sound test. Okay, so this game does have a sound and a music test, so let's take a listen. No. What is this? No. Did Tengen decide that the music in Dragon's Fury was too good, and that they wanted to create something that was so bad that nobody wanted to listen to it? I mean, why? And then there's music test number 5. Well, at least you can turn this shit off, I suppose. Alright, that's enough of that shit. Let's move on to the game itself. So I go back and choose 1 player, and the game begins, and I am greeted with this. Now compare this to Dragon's Fury. May I ask what happened here? What happened for them to decide that they needed to make a sequel that looked like you were playing with a filter of shit over the screen? I mean, come on, you've got some ugly ass brick texture in the background, you got assets that don't even line up with each other, there's some weird skeleton rat things for bumpers, and some crazy bladed spinning thing called Bowsog? Yeah, Bowsog the Spike Nightmare. Yeah, it looks like he's having one hell of a nightmare to be thrashing around like that. Jeez. Speaking of the enemies, why does the screen go dark whenever they start spawning? Couldn't the game cope with this many sprites or what? But anyway, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself now, so let's get back to where we were. Right, so to start off, like any other pinball game, you need to begin by getting the ball moving. So let's do that. Ah! My ears! Why is this even necessary? When you let go of the plunger to get the ball going, the music starts going fucking crazy and speeds up. The longer you hold the plunger down, the more the music speeds up when you release the ball. This is a prime example of dreadful programming. Okay, so the goal of this game is... well, I don't even know what the fucking goal of the game is, because as far as I'm concerned, this game is impossible to complete. I tried many times as a kid, I defeated every enemy, completed every bonus round, and I just can't beat this game. So basically, this game is just one big endurance test. It's just a test to see how much of this crap you can handle before you throw the shit out of the window. Now, to top off the awful graphics and the piss poor music, the ball control is next to useless. The flippers are pretty much just there for show, and the ball physics are nuts. I mean, look at this. What is going on here? And on top of all of this, look at the layout. Who the hell designed this game? You've got your three main boards on the screen as you'd expect, but the bottom screen has so much going on in it that you can barely get the ball out of there. The top screen is some weird ass shape that makes no sense, and the middle screen is just empty. Completely empty. And then there's this shit on the left of the screen that serves no other purpose than to take up space and excite teenagers. Wait. Excite teenagers? Yeah. Whenever you get the ball over there, this crazy bitch starts moaning like she's about to climax all over your bloody controller or something. I mean, why? There's also this thin section to the right of the main board which serves no other purpose than to send you back to the main board. I mean, there's a bonus round there, but who gives a fuck? Look at this bitch. She knows this game is a load of ass and she just wants to make you suffer. But before we talk about her, let's talk about the enemies. Because they are a funny bunch. First of all, it's fairly obvious by now that these sprites are going to look absolute shit compared to what was in Dragon's Fury, but let's take a look, shall we? Like I mentioned, we've got this hyperactive spinning fucker called a Bowsog. Ugly piece of shit. Next, in the shit roll call, we've got the lesser and greater Minotaurs, which, as you'd expect, basically look like the artist designing them just gave up halfway through. Poor bastards. Next, the Shambling Horrors. Yeah, the name says it all. Then we've got the Mind Slayers, which just looked like pissed off Dr. Zoidbergs. And finally, the Mongriff, which from my understanding is just a fucking moth that does nothing but get in your way, and that's it. Well, apart from the tadpole looking worms, that's the entire roll call of misfits in this game. Now let's move on to the big bitch herself, Dazzle. Dazzle is that bitch on the title screen, that bitch in the intro, and the bitch who sits at the center of the board. I assume she's also the bitch from the front of the box, but who knows? Like I said, she looks completely different. Look. Well, apparently this game has a story, but I think you'd be hard pushed to find a single person on this planet who's ever read the fucking novel that's in the manual. Wait. Dragon's Lair? But that's a good game! I mean, who gives a shit about this really? It's a pinball game. Anyway, this bitch Dazzle, who likes to keep dragons as pets, has captured the Dragon Slayers of the Realm, Kraigor the Warrior, Flavia the Barbarian, and some sorceress called Rena. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to defeat all of her minions, beat all of her challenges with your awesome pinball playing skills. Blah 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 blah. Who cares about the story when the game is next to impossible to play in the first place? I mean, couldn't they have chosen someone else to design the main villain after? Just look at her. She looks like someone's mother.
Hey Mom, can Jimmy come out to play?
This looks great. This looks shit. So if you actually have the guts to keep playing this nasty ass game, then you might find yourself in a bonus stage, and these bonus stages are where the developers decided to really fuck around. I mean, look at this. Look how small the ball goes in the background. How am I supposed to see this? How? Couple this bollocks with the dreadful controls and non-existent ball physics, and you got yourself some impossible levels right here. And God forbid you get any further in the game and get the multi-balls. Man, that's crazy. Now, for comparison purposes, again, let's go back and look at the bonus stages in Dragon's Fury. Okay, this is what you get. Easy enough to get to. Yes, they are challenging, but once you've built up a rhythm and got your timing down, then there's nothing to it. And you can pretty much clear out most of the bonus areas with no trouble. God forbid you lose the ball, fail to complete the bonus round, or do anything else to piss this bitch Darzel off, because she will insult you.
Try again!
Yeah, on top of all of the problems this game has, it has the nerve to insult you over and over and over. Even when you tilt on the plunger, she will just insult you, and then the game will purposely lose the ball. Well, that's enough of that crap. You have pissed me off enough in my life. Now it's your turn to get pissed off. Bitch! Now, you fucker. It's my turn. Piss me off enough in my life. Ah!